Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. Actually, in the previous video, some of the parents had commented that sir, we need question answers. So each and every chapter question answers I'll give you. Here you can see 5 very short question answers. After that you have to take a screenshot of questions, and after that I'll explain answers. All the answers will be displayed and you have to just write these answers in your notebook. So let's start first of all with the class 7 science chapter number 1 very short question answers. What is photosynthesis? You may have heard this question from the 4th standard only. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their own food using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Means green plants prepare their food with the help of sunlight, chlorophyll, water and carbon dioxide. That process is called photosynthesis. Question number 2 is, what happens when you add iodine to starch? What will happen if we will add iodine to starch? I had already explained you about these all the things. When we add iodine drops to the starch solution, it turns into blue or black. The answer is, it turns into blue or black. Third question is, name 2 parasitic plants. What is the meaning of parasitic plant? First of all, tell me. Plants which depend on other plants for the nutrition is called parasitic plants. The 2 names of parasitic plants are dodder and mistletoe. D-O-D-D-E-R, dodder, and M-I-S-T-L-E-T-O-E, mistletoe. Define symbiosis, a relationship between 2 organisms that benefits both is called symbiosis. Symbiosis means what? When the 2 organisms benefits to each other. Means one organism is there, another organism is there, they both are benefiting to each other. Means this organism give nutrition to this organism and this organism give nutrition to this organism. So they both help to each other, right? They both help to each other. So you can see here a relationship between both organisms that benefits both is called symbiosis. From where do saprophytes get their nutrition? Saprophytes, as I have already explained you in chapter 1, so that time I have informed you saprophytic plants means a plant which specially depend on the dead and decaying material. So question is, from where do saprophytes get their nutrition? Saprophytes get their nutrition from dead and decaying material. So these was our short question answers. Now we will move towards that was very short. Now we will move towards the short and long question answers. Got it? So let's start short question answers. So students, now we will start solving how multiple choice question. If multiple choice question will be asked from the first chapter, so which type of multiple choice question will be asked? So you can see here. The question number 1 is, the process by which an organism gets the nutrients from its growth and development is. The process by which an organism gets the nutrients for its growth and development is. Can you tell me what will be the answer? The options are growth, reproduction, nutrition and breathing. I hope all of you know. The right answer is B, that is nutrition. You can see in the B option is the right answer. So this option B is right answer. Question number 2. Plants that can prepare their own food are called. Which type of plants can prepare their own food? Heterotrophs, autotrophs, parasites or saprophytes? Can you tell me what will be the answer? I hope all of you know. The right answer is B, autotrophs, because autotrophs can only prepare their own food. Now question number 3. The gas that is produced during photosynthesis is. Produce means which comes out. So which gas comes out? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen or nitrogen? Oxygen gas comes out, right? Now we are moving towards the question number 4. So you can see this question number 4. The green substance that helps plants trap sunlight is called. Which is that green part of a plant called which specially helps the plants to trap sunlight? Option A is stomata, B chloroplast, C thermoplast and D chlorophyll. I hope all of you know that's D chlorophyll. Okay. Now let's come question number 5. You can see this question number 5. Which of the following are needed for photosynthesis? Can you tell me here? Option. First of all, there are 4 things: sunlight, oxygen, nitrogen and chlorophyll. Which of the following are needed for photosynthesis? Option A, first and second, means sunlight and nitrogen. Option B, second and third, nitrogen and oxygen. Option C, first and fourth, sunlight and chlorophyll. Option D, first and third, sunlight and oxygen. Can you tell me which will be the answer? As in the very short question answers, I have already explained you about photosynthesis. In the photosynthesis, especially sunlight and chlorophyll is required, right? So the right answer will be first and fourth. Which option is there? C. Option C is first and fourth. Now come towards question number 6. Which of these statements are correct about the photosynthesis? It feeds all the animals on earth. It uses up oxygen. It maintains the balance between the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It releases carbon dioxide. First of all, we all know that plants do not use oxygen, right? And plants do not release carbon dioxide. So which will be the right answer? It feeds all the animals on the earth. And the third one, it maintains the balance between the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So just check the answer. First option is first and third. Second is second and third. Third is first and fourth. And fourth is first and third. So which will be the answer? Can you tell me? Option D. Option D is first and third. First and third means it feeds all the animal on the earth, and third one is it maintains the balance between the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So this was our question number 6. Now we'll move towards the question number 7. So you can just see here question number 7. Plants that get their nutrients from other living organisms are called. Can you tell me which plant get nutrition from the other organism? They are called symbionts, parasites, saprophytes or insects. I have already described you about the parasite right now only. So the right answer will be parasite B. Now we'll move towards the question number 8. So you can see question number 8. Which of these statements are correct about the saprophytes? They obtain their energy from dead and decaying matter. They have chlorophyll. The dodder is an example, and some fungi and bacteria are examples. Option A, first and second. Option B, second and third. Option C, first and fourth. And option D, first and third. So just look at first and fourth example. They obtain their energy from dead and decaying matter, that is true. And fourth, some fungi and bacteria are the examples. They have chlorophyll will not be answer. The dodder is an example will be also not an answer of saprophytes. So first and fourth, that is option C. So as we have seen that all the MCQ question how to solve it. Now we are moving towards the fill in the blanks type questions. So you can see here we are moving towards the fill in the blanks type questions. It is also called just an objective type questions. Are you able to see? See. First question, dash is the green substance found in the autotrophs. Can you tell me? Chlorophyll, right? Dash are surrounded by the guard cells that control their opening and closing, stomata. Dash is a product of photosynthesis that is released into the air, oxygen. In most plant, glucose is converted into starch and stored. Dodder is a plant that exhibit dash type of nutrition. Can you tell me what will be the right answer about the dodder? Dodder is a plant that exhibits parasitic nutrition. Sanjeev is an example of an insectivorous plants. Dash get their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. Saprophytes get their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. Got it? So this was our fill in the blanks. You can see all the 7 questions. Now we are moving towards the true and false. So if true and false will be asked, so which type of question will come? You can write these answers in your notebook. All the questions, so you can see here. Autotrophs are organisms that cannot make their own food. It's false. Autotrophs are the organisms which can make their own food, right? So it is false. Second one, stomata are small pores present mainly in the roots of plants. Stomata are small pores present in the leaves, not on the roots. So this is also false. First one is false, second one is false. Just check third one. Third one, photosynthesis is the process by which oxygen and water are converted into carbon dioxide and glucose. That is also false. Fourth one, some plants are heterotrophic and depend on other organisms for food. Right, true answer. Fifth one, partial parasites depend on the host for water and animals. That is also true. So as you have seen, all the true false, fill in the blanks, MCQ. Now we will move towards the question answers. As you can see, as I have explained you earlier only what is photosynthesis, complete this equation. Can you complete this equation? Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, glucose and oxygen. What will happen when you add a drop of iodine to the starch? As already explained. How will you remove chlorophyll from a leaf? By adding alcohol and boiling it. Name two parasitic plants, already explained. Define symbiosis, also explained. And all these 8 questions of this very short has been also explained. Now we are moving towards the long question answers. How will you test for the presence of starch in a leaf? Very, very right answer. How will you test the presence of starch in a leaf? You can see here the answer is already there. Don't worry, you can see here as I have explained also, no problem. Just take a screenshot of all these questions and now I will explain you the answers also. Okay, so first take a screenshot of all these questions. Question number 1, you can see, how will you test for the presence of starch in a leaf? Briefly describe what happens during photosynthesis. Why is photosynthesis important? Differentiate between the autotrophs and heterotrophs. Write a short note on heterotrophic plants. Explain with an example. Total parasite, symbiont, saprophytes. How are nutrients returned to the soil after being absorbed? So these 7 questions you have to write. As after writing the question, I will explain you about the answers. So take a screenshot. So now you can start writing the first answer. What was the first question? How will you test the presence of starch in a leaf? So the right answer, to test a leaf for the presence of starch, do the following. First, pluck a leaf from a plant kept in sunlight. Second, place in a beaker of water and boil it in water for a few minutes. Third, next place the leaf in a test tube of alcohol. Fourth, place the test tube in a beaker for boiling water for about 10 minutes. The alcohol removes green color of the leaf. Fifth, wash the bleached leaf in water and placed in petri dish and add a few drops of iodine to it. And the last, if the leaf turns blue-black, it means the starch is present. So this was our first answer. Second question is, briefly describe what happens during the photosynthesis. So you can see here, second question, during photosynthesis. First of all, first point you can see, what happens during the photosynthesis? As you can see, the whole answer you can see. Leaves contain a green pigment called chlorophyll that helps to trap energy from sunlight. The leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air through tiny pores called stomata present on the lower side of the leaf. Third, water is absorbed from the soil by the roots and transported to the leaves through the stem. Fourth, in the leaves, carbon dioxide reacts with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce glucose and oxygen. Glucose gets rapidly converted into starch, which gets stored in leaves, stem, roots. Oxygen is released into the atmosphere. Now we are moving towards the question number 3. Why photosynthesis is important? I have explained also these 3 points while explaining the chapters. You can see here, plants store starch in different parts like leaves, stems. You can just check the answers. You can see here. Photosynthesis is important for the plants in the following ways. First, it stores starch in different parts like leaves, stem and roots. All animals including human depend on the plants for food directly, herbivorous or omnivorous, or indirectly, carnivorous or omnivorous. Without photosynthesis, we would have no food. Oxygen, which is essential for our survival, is released into the atmosphere as the byproduct of photosynthesis. Third point, the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is kept in check. Excess carbon dioxide traps more heat and causes the temperature on the earth to rise. So this was our third point. Now fourth question was differentiate between autotrophs and heterotrophs. Very, very important question. Differentiate living things that can make their own food using simple material like carbon dioxide and water is the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll by the process of photosynthesis are called autotrophs. Example, green plants and algae. Living things that cannot make their food and depend on other organism or green plants directly or indirectly for the nutrition are called heterotrophs. Example, fungi, odor, animals and some bacteria. Fifth one, you can see heterotrophs. Yeah, fifth question is write a short note on heterotrophic plants. Means what are the heterotrophic plants and types. You can see the answer. You can take a screenshot and you can write also parasitic, saprophytic, insectivorous plants, symbiotic plants. So these are. Now the sixth question is with an example give the total parasite. You can see the total parasite, symbiont and saprophytes. Here all the examples are also given. You can just check it. You can take a screenshot also. And the last question, seventh one, is how are nutrients returned to the soil after being absorbed by the plants. Very, very important. Plants absorb nutrition from the soil for the growth. Over time, this decreases the amount of nutrition to the soil. Nutrients can be returned to the soil by applying manures or fertilizers or by natural method. These methods include the action of decomposers such as bacteria and fungi that substances that break down the dead remains of plants and animals into the simple substances. These simple substances can again be absorbed by the nutrition by plants. So this was our exercise. So I hope all of you have written all the answers of this exercise. Chapter number 1, each and every type of question I have explained, just like very short, MCQ, fill in the blanks, long and everything. I hope all of you have liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and you can share this video with your friends also, so your friends can also get knowledge. Thank you very much.